Nobody really talks about this part of moving and living abroad. Not the stress, not the code, not the constant immigration changes, not the accent, nothing like that. Just how living abroad slowly changes you without you even realizing it. You just wake up one day and realize that you are not the same person you were back home. If you live abroad, especially in the UK, I'm sure this video will hit home as we go straight into the details. So please stay with me. My name is Tochi, or welcome to my channel. Please like this video, give it a thumbs up as you're watching, so YouTube can recommend it to more people, okay? They need to watch this as well. And kindly share it to everyone that needs to benefit from this. To all my returning subscribers, you guys are wonderful. Thank you for always coming back. And if you're yet to subscribe, please hit the subscribe button right now. It's free and it's easy. Number one, you become less confrontational or even more cautious. Like, you begin to mind your business even more. There's just this minding your business culture in the UK that you have to learn. You know how your neighbor just reports you and you're like, why? Why didn't you just come to me? Why didn't you just tell me first? Oh, this thing you're doing, I don't like it. Why go straight to the police to report? You know, that kind of thing. So they're not confrontational people because coming to meet you is not their lifestyle. There might be arguments, there might be other things that might erupt. They don't want all of that. So they just go straight to the authorities. And it's not just in bad times as well, in good times too. Like when they need to help somebody, they call the authorities that are necessary, like ambulance, or when they feel somebody's in distress or somebody is unsafe, or, you know, somebody wants to harm themselves or something like that. They just call the right authorities without even saying anything or doing anything at the scene or things like that. So, and you as a migrant, the same thing begins to apply to you by the time you have lived here for a while and begin to understand the culture, how the system works and everything. You just begin to mind your business more. You know, you become less confrontational. You don't even want to argue. You value your mental health. You value your peace because you're stressed at work. Like, you go to work. Some people go to work in the morning, come back at night. You do that. You go for night shifts. You have to sleep during the day to get some sleep so you can have enough sleep before going for night shifts. And you come back from night shifts. Probably you have to take the children to school. And while they are in school, you want to catch some sleep, get enough sleep before it's time to pick them up. I remember someone even saying that she closed her eyes to sleep, and before you know it, it was school pickup time. Her alarm didn't even wake her up, and that was how the school started calling. They had to call her husband that was at work to say, oh, your kids are still in school. The husband had to rush back. Oh, where's my wife? Why hasn't she gone to pick the kids up from school? He panics a bit. He had to take permission from work, rush down home, only for the wife to be sleeping. Like, she was exhausted from night shift, everything. You know, I think that was her third night shift in a row or something like that. And she slept off. Even the alarm did not wake her. Her husband had to come in, open the door, woke her up. And that was how they went back to pick the children from school very, very late. And that was also something of concern, even though the school just brushed it off because it was the first time it was happening. I think it becomes an issue of concern if it has happened repeatedly and they're like, oh, why do you keep picking your kids late? Do not get social services involved. And the same thing with schools as well. They won't even tell you, they notice anything, they won't call you, they won't ask you, they will just go straight to the authorities, people that are involved, that will handle it. And before you know it, they are questioning you, they are asking you, oh, your children are with social service, this. So, and as a migrant, somehow you just start learning. If you can relate to this, please let me know in the comment section. And again, understanding that there are visa restrictions, you don't want anything to jeopardize your chances of getting ILR or getting settlement. So you just want to behave yourself and avoid anything that will put you into trouble, avoid any form of argument, any form of confrontation and stuff like that. And another thing is you become more polite, you become kinder, and you start smiling more. Like, just that surface smile. Oh, somebody smiles at you, you want to just smile back even when you're not in a good mood. Another thing is your definition of success changes. Like, you just want stability. You just want peace. You just want predictable income. Like, let your income be coming in for you to settle yourself or sort yourself out every month. You want a car that will move you from one place to the other. It doesn't matter how big or how expensive or how small the car is. You just want something that will move you and your family, your children from one place to the other. Remember, this does not apply to everybody. I'm just speaking based on maybe my experience and the experience of people around me and from things I've noticed or the conversations I've had around people. So it's still okay if your definition of success abroad is having big cars, big house. In fact, in UK, you can't even have so much of a big house like that. Me, I just feel like generally living abroad with all the struggles and everything, your perception about life, about success, changes. You just basically want that stability, that comfort, just your peace. All of that can come as secondary. The big house, the big cars, for those that really care about it, it could be secondary. But for the most part, your peace of mind and stability is what matters the most. Thirdly, you just stop explaining yourself too much. Back home, people would question your choices sometimes. People would want to know why you are doing certain things, why you should buy a big car, why you should get a house help. Some people even look at you like, why do you even need a house help? Like, why do you do that? Why? You know, people just question your choices. Why will you do that with money? We can even see that online where people are questioning celebrities. Oh, you should be giving to the poor. You should be giving to the needy. Why would you buy a car? Why would you buy this kind of car when there are broke people or poor people in your village? You know, we see such kind of things from people. But abroad, nobody really cares. Like, nobody cares with the choices you make so long as you're not harming somebody else. Nobody really cares about what you do with your money, what you do with your life, with your time, how you live your life, right? So long as you're not breaking the law. And you as a migrant, by the time you've lived abroad for a while, you just begin to understand that, like I said, minding your business is key. You don't even care about other people's life choices because they don't care about yours. And also you notice that nobody pressures you to impress, like, except for personal reasons, like people that would want to impress people on social media but really, you don't really want to impress anybody. Everybody is happy with what they're wearing. Nobody would judge you because of what you're wearing. Nobody would look at you like, oh, why are you dressed like this? Like, you even feel at home because nobody's overdressed. You won't feel overdressed if you dress too much, you know? So somehow I just want to blend in so nobody will say you're overdressed for the occasion or stuff like that. Like, people that are rich on their own with their money. In fact, when you see a rich man, the way you might even know they are rich is maybe if you see their bank account, because you might not even tell the difference between a cleaner and a millionaire. You might see the difference by maybe the kind of house they live in if you go to their house. But if you meet them on the road or in church or for school run or somewhere, you might not even know because everybody is dressed the same. Okay, the difference might be, okay, where they bought their clothes from. Of course, you might not even know except you see the label or you know where they bought their clothes from. You get what I mean? Like, here is just like a leveler. Also, you notice that small habits begin to change you. Some things you might not really have cared about back home. Here, you just notice how it begins to change you. Like, you begin to hold the door for people because you have seen people hold the door for you. You get, like, you open the door, there's somebody behind you, you would have to hold the door until they pass and stuff like that. And also, you learn not to say sorry unnecessarily. Like me, I'm still struggling with that one because from where I come from Nigeria, we say sorry for everything. In fact, before you even ask a question, you will say sorry. Sorry, please, can I have this? Sorry, are you going home? Sorry, you know, we just say sorry. I don't know, maybe because out of respect or courtesy, but we say sorry for everything. When you hurt yourself, when we want to ask you a question, when we feel someone is offended, or when we just say sorry for everything. When you're in pain, we say sorry. But here, they don't just throw sorry out like that. So with time, you begin to also learn that oh, don't say sorry until it's your fault. Because even saying sorry, some people say just landed them in trouble. Like, something happened and then they say sorry, and because they say sorry, they just felt, oh, it's your fault because you say sorry. But they don't understand where we're coming from, that we say sorry even when it's not our fault. Just to empathize with you, we just say sorry for everything. You get what I mean? So you begin to just understand that, see, you have to be careful, because saying sorry might even land you into trouble that you didn't bargain for. You begin to learn how to queue properly and be patient, whether you are in traffic. If you like, be in a hurry, you have to stand there until the traffic moves. You will not overtake anybody or try to cut corners to get there first. You will be on the queue until it gets to your turn. You start planning ahead because you have to learn to respect time more. If you have an appointment for 10 a.m., 10 a.m. is 10 a.m. If you go I think they give a grace of maybe 5 minutes or something. If you go 10 minutes or 15 minutes late, you have to rebook. That's happened to me before. If you get late to work, that time that you were off work will be cut off your salary, because you have to clock in, and it clocks in like the time you came to work and everything. So if you're late without a reason, a valid reason, or even some people don't even accept any reason, so long as you're late, that is it, because you're paid for the hours you spend at work, for the time you spend at work. So the time that you didn't spend at work, you're not getting any dime for it. They tell you something, an event is starting at 10 or something's going to happen at 11. Let's believe that exactly at that time that they tell you is going to happen, it's happening. And guys, trust me, people start going for that event by, if it's for 11 o'clock, by 10:30, people are already seated. If sometimes you even come at 10:50, the hall is full. You're like, am I late? I thought we said 11 o'clock. Why is everywhere filled up? You know, I had to also learn, relearn, unlearn, you know. Another thing is you just become more private. Maybe because people are more indoors, people mind their business more. I don't know. If you've noticed any of these things I've shared in this video, or if you disagree with anyone, please let me know in the comment section, okay? Another thing is your tolerance levels changes, you know, things that you would normally condone or tolerate. You don't want that. You don't want chaos. You don't want lies. You don't want people that break cues. Stress. You don't even want to hear. Like, why would you even not keep to your words? Why would you say something and change it? Like, why? Your work, you're expected to do your work. You're not supposed to be playing around, pressing your phone or doing stuff, except during your break. But once it's not your break time, you should be working. Even sleeping at work is not condoned. So you know how things are just done orderly here. You have lived here for a while. You have seen how things work. So normally you just begin to understand that, and somehow it just becomes a part of you. And then when you now see things going the opposite way, or hear things that are not going the way it's supposed to go, you just become irritated. Like you can't tolerate such things anymore. Again, very importantly, your relationship with money changes. Okay, you now budget more. Because see guys, there are lots of things to do with money. Imagine your salary is £2,500 every month. Your rent alone is already £900 every month. So you see that what you have is not so much. So you want to budget and plan so that you don't spend on frivolity, so you don't waste it. So you budget, you plan, you're not big on emergency funds, trying to understand about how money will work for you, trying to learn more about money and stuff. When I was in Nigeria, trust me, I didn't really care about all those things. But now I'm a pro. That's same for a lot of people as well. Yeah, you just start having such conversations and you start planning ahead because you just want the best for yourself and you don't want to make mistakes, because every pound counts in the UK. And also you begin to understand, have more value for money. Like, see, you know how sometimes you want to throw money away. Oh, come, let's hang out. I want to pay for this. I want to pay for that. You want to do this, you pay money, you do that. Like here, every pound is important. £1, £2, like it's so important, guys. So you just want to make good use of every money that you have. Another thing is, living abroad just reshapes you completely, reshapes your mindset when it comes to the kind of work you want to do, because there are lots of opportunities here. So those things that used to limit you back home, or you felt limited or you felt restricted doing, you find that you can do that. Personally, I didn't see myself as running a business. I didn't see myself as a business person. I always felt, oh, I'm a career woman. I have to go this path, you know, do this, grow in my career, become a judge one day or something like that, you know, just go like that. But now here am I doing other things, thinking about other businesses I can involve myself in, I can do, like, what can I do? Everything. That's just how life abroad has taught me. It has taught me that I can achieve anything I want to. I can do anything I set my mind to do, you know. But maybe if I was still back home, I would just be that lawyer doing what I love to do, or what I studied in school. I won't even know that I have this other capacity. I can do this thing I'm doing right now. Like, you can really do so much more than you even thought about. And career-wise as well, you can switch. Even if you studied something back home, you can come here and pick up a new career totally. You can come here and just get yourself doing something entirely different from what you studied. Because you're now abroad, you have to wear so many hats and be so many things at the same time. So it's quite interesting to see. Another thing is you just begin to see that, oh, you love your home country, a little bit more. You begin to miss your home country, your family, your friends, because you don't see them every time. Some things begin to even shock you. You're asking yourself, how did I even survive these things while I was back home? How did I cope? Yeah, guys, there are lots more, but we're going to stop here for now. Feel free to add yours in the comment section as well. Let's continue this conversation there. And guys, you must also understand that none of these changes are good or bad. It just happens even without you realizing it. So let me know the one that hits you the most. What's really changed about you that you never really expected? For me, is the fact that I'm now doing something else and not law. Maybe I can go back to law later, but for now, yeah, that's the change that I never even expected. And I think I'm loving it at the moment. So yeah, that is it for today's video. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye bye.